Okay, so it looks like I've got another one. So I had to screen cap it because, as all my interactions with the prominent Melbourne left seem to do, this ended in a blocking without me swearing, calling names, doing anything except for presenting a counter argument. So the first comment we have is this one here by at @keen_poster, and they are retweeting Posey Parker's comment, which says, "The day of reckoning will eventually come, we will not forget." Then Keen Poster says, "Complete mystery why neo-Nazis would think this is their kind of thing, hey?" So then Angie Jones replies, "It's Andrews benefiting from the mass sterilization of mostly gay and autistic kids. Nazis love eugenics. Have you looked at the Cass report into the clinic that the big one in Melbourne is based on? If you dare." Then Sean Bedlam jumps in and says, "I'm autistic. Why haven't I heard of this? Seems like something we'd be talking about quite a lot. Can you ask your Nazi mates what's going on here? They're good with fairy stories." Then I responded, "You would lose your funding/social status if you did. So you bury your heads. From the Tavistock, 35% of referrals had ASD, yet less than 2% of the Gen Pop have ASD. As you can see from these stats, trans is not an innate category, it's a trauma response." And these stats referred to this graphic. Only 2.5% of children seen at the clinic had no associated problems. 70% of referrals had more than 5 associated features/comorbidities such as abuse, depression, self-harm, suicide attempts, anxiety, eating disorders, ADHD, or bullying. 35% of referrals had ASD, autistic spectrum disorder, yet less than 2% of children in the UK have autistic spectrum disorder. 25% of referrals had spent time in care, compared with 0.67 of the general population. Children referred were 10 times more likely than the national average to have a registered sex offender as a parent. 42% of referrals had lost a parent through death or separation. Again, as you can see from these stats, trans is not an innate category, it's a trauma response. When I accused Sean Bedlam of burying his head, what did he do? You're blocked. You can't follow or see Sean Bedlam's tweets. And more importantly, he's protected from seeing your tweets. If I don't look, I can keep my friends. If I don't look, I can keep my friends. So, he buried his head. He knows, just as Tom Tanuki knows, that WPATH...
We're saying that site members who are writing child pornography about maiming and torturing children were outsourced as resources for information for studies that were used and presented at WPATH conferences.
When you know, you know, you know, you know. When we know, we know, you know, you know. When you know, you know, you know.
Sean Bedlam also knows that the trans movement is sterilizing autistic people, but he wants to stay in the favor of self-ID fundamentalists, and so he is prepared to sell out the autistic community in order to keep his friends.
When you know, you know, you know, you know. When you know, you know, you know, you know.